If backtesting leaves you mentally fried, bored, or frustrated, it's not a discipline problem, it's a cognitive one. Your brain isn't designed to do this kind of work for long. And once you understand why, backtesting stops becoming exhausting and starts becoming manageable. In this video, I'll show you how to backtest without burning out using research from a Nobel Prize winner. We'll look at why backtesting drains you, how to structure sessions so accuracy doesn't degrade, and how to stop before fatigue corrupts your data. If you're new here, my name's Daniel, and on this channel I discuss everything trading and prop firm related. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to hit the subscribe button as viciously as you hit the buy order on MT5. So let's start off with explaining why exactly backtesting burns you out. And in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow, Daniel Kahneman explains how your brain runs on two different systems. System 1 and System 2. To make it easy for you guys, let's call System 1 the rabbit and let's call System 2 the owl. Now, the rabbit is fast, emotional, and impulsive. You don't want this side of the brain to be active when you're trading. What you actually want is you want the owl, who is slow, analytical, and accurate. So backtesting is for the owl, and burnout happens when the owl collapses and the rabbit takes the wheel. So now that you understand exactly how burnout happens, let's talk about exactly how to avoid this burnout. So tip number 1 is called time boxing. And what Kahneman explained is that System 2 doesn't just shut off immediately. It starts failing very slowly. So the best way to avoid this is to time box your backtesting sessions. So what you do is you get a timer, you put 45 minutes, you start the timer, you backtest, and when that timer ends, you stop. Not because you yourself are tired, but because the owl is tired. Quick one, if this is already changing how you think about backtesting, hit the like button so more traders can see this type of content. And if you've ever quit backtesting out of frustration, comment the word owl. I read the comments and it helps the channel more than you think. Now let's go into the next tip. And to start this off, let's talk about cognitive load theory. And cognitive load theory shows that memory collapses when too many variables are being processed at once. So if you're testing multiple markets, multiple sessions, and multiple strategies, you're not backtesting, you're overwhelming the owl and inviting the rabbit to take control. Before you start backtesting, write this one question down. I am testing this model on this pair during this session. One model, one pair, one session. Now the next way to avoid burnout is to separate your research time from your execution. So what I mean by this is you cannot backtest and live trade in the same session. A political psychologist by the name of Philip Tetlock showed that experts perform better when analysis and judgment are separated. So backtesting is research, full of losses and randomness. And trading is execution. It needs confidence and clarity. When you mix them, research losses contaminate your execution confidence, and research wins inflate the execution ego. And in effect, what you're doing is you're letting the rabbit hijack both. So the takeaway from this is never backtest and trade live in the same session. So what you need to do is create a separate time block for backtesting and for live trading. Now the next tip is to stop early to avoid false confidence. In Fooled by Randomness, Nassim Taleb explains that more data often increases false confidence. For rule-based systems, clarity appears sooner than expected. So the takeaway is aim for 50 to 100 high-quality trades, and if the expectancy is clear, stop and move forward. More charts won't save a weak model. It'll only just exhaust the owl. And the next point is on recovery. And the owl doesn't recover while you're still consuming information. So if you're scrolling Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and still trying to learn different strategies or things on YouTube, what you're actually doing is you're exhausting the owl. And then the next time you start your actual trading session, the owl's already asleep and the rabbit is already in control. So after each session, take a break, go outside, take a walk, have some tea. Tea. Don't look at any trading content. No more screens. Let the owl recover, otherwise the rabbit is coming to take over. Daniel Kahneman didn't teach trading strategies. He taught us how fragile human thinking is under certainty. Backtesting burnout isn't laziness. It's poor cognitive design. Protect the owl and your data stays real. Let the rabbit take over and you're just fooling yourself. If this video made you rethink how you backtest, you need to watch this one next. In that video, I break down the 8 most expensive trading mistakes that I made in 2025. Mistakes that cost me prop firm accounts and money. And one of them is exactly what happens when you let the rabbit take over and exhaust your owl.